So you know what that means? Uncle Henry can have one too many and drop one on the floor. He wouldn't do that. Not on purpose anyway.
There's an old curiosity shop. Every once in a while I go by there for the fond recollections that lie there in that old curiosity shop.
Hi everyone, this is Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop, broadcasting from the front seat of the beat-up old 1999 pickup truck. No, it's not 1999. Is it 2009? It's old anyway. This won't take too long because it's getting ready to rain and I got to go to the bathroom. Let me show you what I bought today. Tuesday in Southern New Jersey is Senior Citizen Day. 55 and older, 10% off. Okay. I love these. I've had them before. I found a set of, did I find 6 or 8? I think I found 8 of these mid-century. No, I found 6 of these mid-century, well, I'm sorry, 1930s, 40s tumblers with the platinum bands, graduated in size, and the little pebbly frosted stuff here. No, they're not marked, and I think it was Bartlett Collins that did this, but it was actually more than one company. Yeah, so anyway, I'll look these up when I get home. I don't remember, but that's really nice because it has that deco style to it from 30s and the 40s. And then 7 of these are more mid these are a little more, pardon me, mid-century. Nice. So nice thick, is this little on the rocks? I don't know. Thick bottom, platinum bands. We've got 7 of these. So you know what that means? Uncle Henry can have one too many and drop one on the floor. He wouldn't do that. Not on purpose anyway. And you'd still have a set of 6. Now, last night at the live sale, the Two Chaps live sale with David, I sold some blue willow, and a couple people were asking about some more blue willow pieces, and today I was able to find some blue willow cups and saucers. And I think I've got 8 of these in good condition. And these are willow ware by Royal China. And of course, you have American-made blue willow, you have Japanese, you have English. Gosh, several companies. So 6, no, what did I tell you? I think 8 of those blue willow cups and saucers. And before I show you the rest of it, remember that it all either goes in the eBay store, subscribe to it, and you'll never miss, because you'll get a little notification at the end of the day that says this is what's new in the store. So you don't have to go back and keep checking it all the time. You'll get a notification. Or if I'm going to sell it in a live sale, sometimes there's a preview if I can. But I can't always do that. I also bought the Hazel Atlas Crisscross Reamer. Now, no big deal on this particular reamer. It doesn't have a great deal of value on its own in crystal. People love it in green and pink. However, I'm piecing together, and I've got this. I've got the covered butter dish and the refrigerator container set, all in the Hazel Atlas Crisscross. So I'm going to put it all together, and somebody's going to have a nice kitchen set by Hazel Atlas in Crisscross. I hear the ice cream man, or woman. I might want some. A cake pedestal, which I like. I want you to see it without the price tag on it, because it looks better. What did I pay for it? I paid too much. We'll make a couple bucks off of it. What did I do? Hold on. What did I, oh, here they are. Sorry about that. So low, 9 inches, pretty pattern, EPG. That's an antique. Oh, I can't wait to get my handy wipes. I never find candlewick tumblers by Imperial. So here are 4 small ones. You can't retire on this, but I've got some candlewick collectors, and I think this is the first time I've ever found tumblers in the candlewick pattern by Imperial Glass Company. Only 4 of those. 1 green depression glass plate. Green depression glass plate. Yeah. In a pattern that I don't have memorized. Now, it's not spoke. I know when I looked at it, I said, oh, it's spoke. And I looked close. I said, no, it's not. And then it's got this little flower around the edge. So I don't know. I don't remember. And I don't have my little pocket identifier with me. It doesn't matter. It's easy to look it up as soon as I get home. I just don't remember. Just that 1 plate. You know, I'm not going to say no to that. What? Oh, and the last thing, look at this. Now, you know I love me some antique Pyrex. Now, remember, Pyrex was introduced in 1915. And everybody focuses on those bowls from the 60s and 70s. But I love to go back to the 20s and 30s and look for this. You'll often find it sometimes etched on the top or engraved. And a lot of times in these beautiful chrome caddies or fitters, you know. So always look for that sort of yellowish tint, that wonderful knob on the top. Oh, I love that knob. See? Now, what's really cool about this one is the depth. This doesn't go down all the way, and this leaves room in the bottom for underneath. You can put a little candle burner there if you want. So you've got some space under there. Now, some of you may say, oh, well, it doesn't fit. It's not the right one. No, I believe it's absolutely the right one. It fits in there perfectly. This is just a very tall holder, and it does allow for a candle burner to be placed right underneath it. A very small one if you wanted to, but you certainly wouldn't have to do that. So we'll pull this back out and put the lid back on the top. And this dates to, between 1925 to 1935. And instead of this being Farber Brothers, it's actually, let me get in sync here, it takes a minute. Empress Wear, Brooklyn, New York. Now, there was a lot of this in Brooklyn, and Farber Brothers was in Brooklyn too. But this says Empress Wear. And they would make these. And then you cook your potato casserole in this. And there you are. Bring it out to your table and you're all set. Wonderful. All right, let's put that down. Okay, I don't think this video is going to be long enough to stand on its own, so let me add something else to it. Well, good morning, everybody. It's the following day, and what a nice day it is. It's been so nice here in southern New Jersey. We haven't needed any air conditioning for days and days. In fact, it's been chilly enough to even close the windows at night and throw a blanket back on the bed. Okay, well, I'm down here on the floor this morning. Oh, it's about 20 of 8. I've got lots to do today, but I wanted to add a little bit more to today's video, and let's have a thrift haul. Now, everything that you see here on the floor are things that I picked up recently at Goodwill, thrift shops here in this area. Okay, now I've actually got 6 of these, but the other 4, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the other one is somewhere else in the house. These are actually probably ashtrays, and I didn't realize that when I bought them, because there is the little divot right there for the cigarette. See that? And that's not the same as the rest of the trim. These are made in Italy. I'm going to use them as coasters because I don't smoke. I think they make nice little coasters. What say you? They're pretty. And that's what I thought they were. So there are 6 of those. There's the Hazel Atlas crisscross glass butter dish. Now, you saw a minute ago the reamer, and then I'm going to be matching it with, or placing it together, bundling it with the refrigerator dishes. Hold on for a second. I've got to slide in here a little bit more. Here is this wonderful ice bucket in chrome, and it's got embossed grapes and things on the sides. And we open the lid just like that. And it's clean. I don't think this was ever used. I've never seen one in such great condition with the glass liner. See? Classy ice bucket. We'll slide that out of the way. And then I have for myself, because as you know, I collect the sandwich pattern, mostly in Anchor Hocking, but I'll take it in Duncan Miller, of course. These are Hocking examples. 4-footed sherbets in the sandwich pattern. And we can see, if we look closely, Hocking is the only one that that has double lines on all of its petals. And of course, it's not fire polished. So those are a couple of ways we can distinguish it between, or distinguish it from the Duncan and Miller. And there were 4, and I only want 4 because I'm only putting together a place setting for 4, and I didn't have those. We'll keep this till the autumn, probably from the 60s. A pretty amber cake pedestal or cupcake pedestal there. That'll be nice. And you know, I was just thinking, here it is mid-June. You know, I start getting autumn things ready by mid-August. Yeah, like the last 2 weeks of August, I get out my autumn items that I'm going to be selling in September because it takes time to photograph and measure and list and inventory and curate and all that stuff. So in exactly 2 months, I'll be pulling these autumn items back out. Can you believe it? Okay. Also we're going to have a lot of Anchor Hocking here today. Here are 2 green inserts for the Big Manhattan snack tray thing. Only 2, but you know, I usually find crystal. I've never seen green before, but there's red and pink. Speaking of pink, I've got 3, and let's see, the other 2 are over there. I don't usually find the Waterford pattern by Anchor Hocking in pink, but there it is. It's usually in crystal. This is a pattern that came out in the 30s. And of course, as we move through the 30s, tastes begin to change, and the women of the house, the ladies of the house, aren't buying as much colored glass anymore, especially as we move into the 1940s. And women start wanting crystal again. And so here are the plates. Okay, this is the same pattern. See? The Anchor Hocking Waterford. And I've never had plates before. And I was out and found these 4. Well, no, there might be 5 there. I only need 4, but they were all bundled, so I had to get the 5th one. So there's the Waterford pattern by Hocking in crystal, which, as I said, I find it in crystal 90% of the time, as it is a pattern that goes into the late 30s, and the pink and the various colors become less popular to those that are purchasing glass for the house. Then over here is a beautiful pink etched candlestick. It's quiet outside right now at 10 of 8. I don't know where the birds are. There's a few of them flitting around out there. Oh, I'm glad I panned over here because I would have completely forgotten my great big, speaking of sandwich. Okay. Now, Anchor Hocking, Duncan Miller. The petals are doubled on the Hocking. I already said that. The Miller glass is better quality. It is fire polished, and there's some other details. When you look at this, where is it? You see this little triangle here that sort of binds this almost like sheaf of wheat with the scrolls here and the stars. Miller did, Uncle Miller. Duncan and Miller did that. I don't think you see that on Indiana, and I don't think you see it on Hocking. In fact, I know you don't see it on Hocking. There's the Hocking. So they're all a little bit different, but they all have this little stippling. You find this flower, see? See? And they're nodding their heads to old. In fact, when this was advertised, I think it was, they said, your great-grandmother may have had, your grandmother had glass like this. Now, we're talking about in the 30s when this glass was popular. Your grandmother might have had lacy glass from the Victorian era. A lot of it designed by, what's his name? Deeming Jarvis of the Sandwich Glass Company up on Cape Cod. So that's what they're doing here. They're looking back in time to an old-fashioned type of colonial era glass. Made on Cape Cod, in the town of Sandwich. That's where the name comes from. Has nothing to do with the Earl of Sandwich or putting two pieces of bread together. All right, let's put that back. Now, look at that thing. I'm not a Pyrex guy from the 60s, but there's one in a Delphite blue color, and it's a Pyrex. So, I don't know. I guess that might be difficult to find. The 1930s. This carpet makes it difficult to see the colors, doesn't it? Rather mayonnaise bowl with its gold decoration on it. And now I hear my little bird out there. What's the bird that goes like this? That was me. Let me do it again. This is what his song sounds like. I was sitting out the other day trying to talk to one, and he wouldn't answer me. I know what the mourning dove. I know the blue jay. I know the mourning dove. I know the mockingbird. We had one out here. Man, that thing, whew, he has a good name. Because he would not shut up, and he was imitating everybody. But I don't know what that thing is that goes. Okay, these are funny because Tammy and I, when we were shopping, when David and Tammy were here, we stepped into a Goodwill. Our eyes went in two different directions. Her hands immediately grabbed these. I didn't see them right away. And I immediately grabbed a piece of opalescent Jefferson glass. And we looked at each other and I said, "Oh, I'll trade." And we traded. I gave her the Jefferson glass to sell because I wanted these to keep. I love Banded Rings by Anchor Hocking. I don't know why. But I like it. And so I've got two wine glasses here. See? 1930s. I found one lone pink stem. Couldn't leave him behind. What I'm going to do with you. Here's the maple leaf candy dish in ruby red. And then there's a basket weave Majolica. Made in Japan. It always is. This pattern. A little, sometimes these had a reamer that actually sat on top. And you could ream juice by hand and then pour it. So it may have had a reamer on the top. It might not. Could have been just a little milk pitcher for the breakfast. This is just breakfast table, 1930s kitchen table stuff. Was that 6? We'll save these for October. Black. Now these are antique, or 1930s anyway. Black glass dessert plates. See the polished bottom? Lumpy dumpy dum. Here is a boy. How many of you already said, "Oh, we had that"? And back in the 50s and 60s, some of you had Jiffy Pop. A lot of you made popcorn in one of these. This has never been used. Supercalifragilistic. And I know it's never been used because here is the handle with the directions on how to attach it. See? So the black Bakelite handle that attaches right here. There's the heating element down there. Look how clean that is. And there are the instructions. The Nelson Machine Manufacturing Company of Ashtabula, Ohio. And this is a popcorn popper. That's how it was done. That's going to be fun if you've got kids or grandkids. They'll have fun with that. Ah, there goes the blue jay. Did you hear him? There might have been a crow out there as well, but the blue jay just went, "Nyeh, nyeh." I know him. He fights with the squirrel to get the peanuts. They compete and see who can get the most when I throw them out there on the ground. I have not looked this up yet, but it's something basket. I don't remember. No big deal. It's in my depression book. I just don't have that one memorized. Mesmerized. That's yellow. Depression glass plate. I have 4 tin trays back here for the ladies who come over for lunch. And they're going to sit out on the back porch and have a lemonade and a deviled egg. And they're going to eat it off of those. I have 4 of these in excellent condition. And, oh, the last thing is a wonderful lamp that I'm going to restore. A nice nickel socket. All of the patina is gone. It would not look like this, you know, sort of gunmetal. Oh, that's residue from the price tag. So this is it might not be. No, I don't think it's spelter, but it's poured into a mold. This would have been made somewhere around 1920 to 1925, 28. And all of the patina is gone. So we're going to do something. I have an open slate to do whatever I want on this. And the nice thing is we have little clips here because 4 glass prisms hung from all of the corners. So we'll get that looking like a nice old 1920s lamp again, get a fancy shade, put over what kind of prisms that I want to hang on there, and put a patina on it. Patina, 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 petunia. Okay, enough of that. So let me get out of the way. We'll pan across the floor here. All of these wonderful things. Some of it will be in the eBay store, some of it will be for sale in the live sales. And you'll know. Oh, look at that. The doggone cambric underneath of that chair. I'm going to have to fix that. That's just waiting for the next cat, whenever one gets here, to come along and play with that. All right, enough is enough. That's it, folks. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm going to just get up off this floor and continue with what has to happen today. What was your favorite? What did you enjoy? Let's go see if we can see what's going on outside a little bit. Oh, I can get up off the floor. It is, maybe we can hear some birds. A few. The sun comes in here and oh gosh, look at this. See, now these I've already moved inside, and the reason why these are here, you saw these just a minute ago. These are out here now so that I can do the photography. I hear the mourning dove. So that's the reason why these are here. I do a lot of the photography right here on this table because I like being out here when it's not too hot. And it hasn't been. It has been nice. Nice. Oh, there's the other coaster or ashtray that I'm using as a coaster. And that's the bedroom window there, which I had shut last night because it was chilly. This guy's doing okay. Now these these palms lasted all winter long. I had to do, not all of it survived. A few of the little pieces here didn't, but there's some new, there's new growth on them. See here? This is new. He hasn't opened up yet. And this one is new. So this is going to fill itself out again. I'll throw this out in a minute. So these will be fine. All of the palms lasted all winter long. This little snake plant didn't, but that was my own fault. And this doggone thing, it just keeps going and going and going. And I still, another one of my projects is to build my little wooden valance. I told you I was going to do that. That covers up the rod and the modern curtain rings. And then I can have a little shelf up there as well, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. Or putting up my light fixture, or finished painting the blue on the porch ceiling. I'll get to it. I didn't really mean for this to turn into a porch tour. You've seen me out here before. And then I'm excited because Patty is going to be covering my cushions. And I'm going to be doing the restoration finally of this antique, of this 1920s set. The green chairs on the other side, you know, last summer, they're from the 30s and they had to be repainted. This set, we'll talk more about later. And this stuff is just sitting here. It doesn't permanently stay like that. I know people say, well, nobody can sit down. Well, you can't really, I don't want anybody to sit on it right now because these cushions are nasty. Once we get them recovered, you know, I'll move those suitcases in the fan and put the girls somewhere, and then we can go outside and play croquet, whatever it is. All right, that's that. Let's get with it. Did you know there was a magazine rack that went with this that matches it perfectly? And I have an idea about how I'm going to repair that. Want some old clothespins? I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop saying thanks for watching. Wait for the cat. And so long for now. Anybody home? Hello? Hello? Anybody in there? Look at that stack of mail over there on the couch. He ain't even opened yet. Get with it. Bye.